We're now going to bring in Lynette Reini-Grandell and Venus to Mars. Lynette was a direct witness of today's shooting. Venus witnessed the aftermath. I want to thank you both for being here on what is obviously a very hectic and emotional day. So Lynette, you witnessed the shooting, correct? Explain to me what you saw and how everything came together.
Right. Well, I got up this morning because I was getting messages on social media that our local elementary school over here 2 blocks away was requesting observers to be there while the children were arriving for school on buses because ICE had been patrolling around there quite heavily today, and there was concern that that they would abduct parents who were dropping off their children or making sure their children got safely to school. So that ended, and so it was about 9:30, and I walked actually on this intersection where you can see towards that intersection, and I was going to go home, and a guy in a car drove by me and another friend who were walking along there, and he said, "Oh, ICE is right there around the corner in the 3300 block of Portland Avenue." So I thought, oh, I better see what's happening there. I have my video with my phone camera. I should observe there and make sure everybody's okay. So I walked around the corner, and there were a lot of ICE vehicles stopped in the middle of the street, not quite where you see it would be north to the right of what you're looking at right now. And I was also surprised there was one vehicle, you're looking at it now, that was sort of askew in the lane, and I wasn't sure what was going on with that. I didn't see any ICE vehicles or ICE officers in front of it. It seemed that all the activity was pretty far behind it. Vehicles and ICE officers on foot on both sides of the street, and I was thinking, oh, they must be targeting a house or an apartment or something like that. So I was looking at all of that, and there were several of us, I would say, kind of scattered up and down the block on the sidewalks, yelling at the ICE officials. And then shortly after I passed this vehicle, I would say less than 60 seconds after I passed her, I heard these 3 pops, shot, 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 pop, pop, pop. And I knew it was gunfire, and it was pop, pop, pop. And then almost immediately the crash of her hitting that parked car you can kind of see up there across the street. Yeah. It wasn't clear to me if she had been parked. There's a parking line, and then where the ICE officers are standing, you can sort of see the stripes. That's a big bicycle lane. So like the driving lanes are way over there. Right now, she's moving into the driving lane right now. And there is no way.
Wait, Lynette, can I stop you? I want to make a point there. So the area that is covered in snow, that's actually a bike lane. That would not even be an area that a car would drive through, is what you're saying.
Right. It's a parking lane, and then you'd have to drive across it to get out of the parked area by the curb.
No vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So that would indicate, at least to a certain extent, why the car may have been there. But as you said, so when you approached, the car was kind of in that spot. We see it at the beginning. It was kind of almost in the driving lane, but still in that bike lane to a certain extent. Could you tell at that? Yeah. Could you tell at that point, was there any sort of conflict? Were ICE agents yelling at the driver? Was the driver yelling back? Did you see any sense of that? Yeah.
People were blowing their whistles at the ICE agents. The ICE agents were getting out of vehicles possibly and walking they were walking in that direction. But I did not realize they might be walking towards that vehicle.
And I guess
it doesn't seem like the vehicle subject to be any kind of target.
So you didn't have any sort of sense when you were walking up then that this vehicle was in any way threatening anyone? It didn't seem as though the person in the car was trying to agitate or make the situation more difficult for the ICE agents.
No, I didn't even hear anything from the car. People on the sidewalks were screaming at the ICE agents, like, get out of our neighborhood, that sort of thing. But and like, we were blowing whistles and stuff like that. But no.
So then, Venus, Venus, if we can bring you into the conversation, then at what point did you recognize and realize that something was happening, and what was your experience?
So Lynette texted me because she couldn't come over and find out what had happened because the ICE agents were pushing everybody away.
They immediately pushed everybody back.
Yes. So I went out because we live nearby and I could come in from the other angle, and I got to the intersection and I discovered that they were the EMTs were doing CPR on someone on the sidewalk right at the intersection. That lasted for about a minute. She was behind a snowbank, so I just saw the activity of doing the CPR. The ambulances couldn't get there because there was so much traffic.
The ICE vehicles had, it's a one-way going south. The ICE vehicles had the complete block north of her, behind her, blocked.
So when they finally did get over there, I watched as they got whoever they were doing the CPR on, onto a stretcher, and then put her into the ambulance and drove away. But there was no rush, there was no sirens. I already knew she hadn't made it. It was just devastating to watch, and I was just across the street from it.
And so you both live in this neighborhood, correct? Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So do you recognize the car? Would you have known the woman that was in the car? Or
No,
do you have any?
we don't know her.
Right.
I
Okay.
mean, at this point, we don't know that we know her. I mean, I didn't recognize the car. It's a busy neighborhood. Portland Avenue is a busy street. It's one of the arteries going south of downtown, especially, in the second half of the day. It's a busy street.
I'm interested in something else you said, Lynette, because, we've all seen the aftermath. We see the actual incident and the aftermath, and it seemed as though this was a pretty chaotic scene for quite a period of time. But the way you describe it is, as you were walking up, you didn't even realize that there was something going on. I mean, you knew there were ICE agents in the area because of the community group that you have and the situation at your elementary school. Did it really not get that chaotic until the car started pulling out, or was there a sense of tension even before that moment from your viewpoint of it?
It didn't get chaotic until the shots were fired.
Right. It was.
I mean, I was able to cross the street. I'd started crossing the street to get to the other side to see if something was going on over on that side, because I couldn't see much of anything on the even side of the street. And so I was able to cross because the traffic was stopped. ICE agents were all around. Nobody was preventing me from doing anything. It wasn't until I was still in the street, maybe halfway across it, and I heard the shots behind me. And that's when things got bad.
So I guess that also, you said you don't know this woman. The president of the United States has described her as a professional agitator. That's his language. But as far as you know, she wasn't even a part of this text group you had that was alerting people to ICE agents being in the area.
Yeah, I have no idea who she was.
No. There was, it did not look, didn't look like there was any blockade or any intentional trying to, it was just, we were trying to pay attention to there was a lot of activity in our neighborhood that we got alerted to since about 6:30 in the morning.
And it's continuing. My social media is blowing up. This has not even stopped them. They are picking up people all over the place.
Yeah. But there wasn't a big chaotic scene before the shooting. That's when it sparked.
Yeah.
And that's when people rushed out and asked. And there was not a lot of people out there. It didn't start turning into a protest or people trying to document until after that incident. When I was filming the CPR happening, there was still just a handful of us out there. It was not this big chaotic thing. It was just like maybe 25 of us out there, neighbors who came out. It was not a big chaotic scene.
And did either of you at any point see a DHS or ICE vehicle that appeared to be stuck in the snow? I can't imagine. You're Minnesotans. You know how to drive in snow.
I heard there was one on the 3300 block of Park.
But anywhere near the scene? Anywhere near the scene that you witnessed?
Well, it would be 2 blocks away. 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
But nothing directly connected to the incident that you could tell.
if they're stuck in the snow, people are going to stand and laugh at them and photograph them, but they're not in any danger.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then the last question I have for you guys just before we go is, how concerned are you now about the subsequent protests that could take place, especially given the fact that Minneapolis has already been through so much when it comes to those kind of protests?
I'm not worried about a protest. What I'm worried about is the reaction from the government with what's the rhetoric already that we're hearing about this professional agitation and all of that. That's what I'm worried about.
I am worried about that too, that they will bring in outside agitators. Actually, the protest community in the Twin Cities is pretty well organized, but it's a lot of the outsiders who come in who try to cause problems, and that, I believe, is what led to some of the burning on Lake Street. And we lived through that, but we were out with our neighbors in the alley, making sure that people didn't come through and burn down our garages and houses.
But it wasn't.
Well, I appreciate you both sharing your story. I'm sorry that you had to witness that and that you're dealing with all of that aftermath. I hope you and your community can stay as safe as possible given everything that's happening. But Lynette Reini-Grandell and Venus to Mars, thank you both for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.